Welcome to Car and Driver's Lightning Lap. Our annual track test, we traveled to Virginia International Raceway, or VIR, to lap the hottest performance cars of the year. And unlike our other tests, at Lightning Lap, all we care about is a car's lap time. Cars are all tested in unmodified street condition, just as you would buy them at your local Lexus or Ferrari dealer. When possible, we request that the cars be fitted with the highest performance options available to the buyer. We roll those options into what we call the base price. With the base price established, we divide the cars into price categories. 4 editors lap the 4.1 mile long track. With over 30 turns, elevation changes, blind corners, off-camber corners, and long straightaways, VIR tests the mettle of every car. Each editor is assigned to drive a group of cars, but we also drive each other's cars to make sure that we are getting the best possible times. To record lap times, as well as vehicle speed, lateral G, and sector times, we use a GPS RaceLogic V-Box. Now that you're up to speed, let's take a look at the cars of LL4 and LL5. This year, 2 cars competed in LL4 and 1 car represented LL5. The cars of LL4 were the Jaguar XKR-S, and the Ferrari 458 Italia. And LL5 consisted of the Lexus LFA. The Jaguar XKR-S is a British car that lives by Winston Churchill's wartime credo, "I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat." A track pushes a car to extremes, and like war, sometimes inner demons are unleashed. The XKR-S has a lot of horsepower, 550 in fact, and a lot of braking power. Plus, it shifts smartly and offers an evenly balanced suspension that keeps the Jag on an even keel most of the time. What this Hellcat doesn't have is much steering feel. Also, no matter how much we let them cool down, the Pirelli P0s tended to get hot and greasy after about a lap. On greasy tires, the Jaguar's chassis felt like a civil war had broken out between oversteer and understeer. With that war waging, the XKR-S made our stomachs tighten and our knuckles white. But we did our part and fought the car to post a very respectable lap time of 3 minutes 2.1 seconds. That's over 4 seconds faster than the regular issue XKR that we lapped here in 2010. In the end, there was lots of sweat and some tears, but ultimately no blood was shed, just a very good lap time. We were shocked when Ferrari engineer Luca Torre told us, "It's okay if you crash the car, just get a good lap time." According to Ferrari's computer simulation, good was a lap time in the 2-minute 49-second range. The Ferrari proved to be mistake-resistant. The chassis isn't phased by upshifts, the back end never snaps around abruptly, but rather oozes sideways. The steering reacts to the merest touch, but it's not nervous, it's just right. Magnetic shocks keep the rubber planted on the road and give the car an almost supernatural stability. The 458 was quickest in every sector this year. It shot out of corners with an almost disorienting blast of power. It propelled itself down the long straight at 158 miles per hour. 3rd fastest in the Lightning Lap record books, and it pulled 1.08 G in the first corner. The Ferrari can post amazing numbers, but the true magic is how comfortable the 458 is while generating these numbers. The engine dials up huge speeds and sounds epic, but the Ferrari remains predictable, stable, and comfortable. It looks, sounds, and is exotic, but it never makes a false move. It does exactly what you want it to do. The brakes never faded, the seats were deemed nearly perfect, the view out of the windshield is IMAX expansive. On the road or the track, every component feels just right. just snuck in with an impressive 2-minute 49.9 second lap. The 4th fastest time ever during Lightning Lap. The 3 faster cars were all on our compound street legal track tires. Ferrari was on Michelin Pilot Supersports. The only player in the top LL5 tier this year was the $379,575 Lexus LFA. We previously tried to get Lexus to cough one up, but as is very often the case, manufacturers don't always have the cars we request, or sometimes they just don't want to play. Lexus did want to play, so without a car of their own, they put us in contact with an LFA owner who was gracious enough to let us lap his car at BIR. The carbon fiber LFA is a very special car. Almost nothing is shared with the rest of the Lexus lineup. Nearly everything is unique to the LFA. The result is a car whose every component feels uncompromised. Lexus had to use a digital tachometer because no mechanical tach can spin as fast as the Formula 1 inspired V10 can rev. And rev it does, all the way up to 9,000 RPM. For us, the LFA clicked at the end of the back straight, where the brakes practically force your head into your lap. The brake pedal is predictable and can be used to dial in the perfect amount of deceleration. The steering also received high marks for feel and accuracy. The LFA turned a 2-minute 55.1 second lap. Certainly quick, but subconsciously we might have left a little bit on the table in the uphill S's of Sector 2, where one false move can get very expensive and very tragic. Still, in the moment we felt confident in the LFA because the limits are approachable and the brakes are beyond reproach. Compared to the Ferrari, the LFA weighs 244 more pounds. Consequently, it's not as fast as the Ferrari, and the grip from the LFA's Bridgestone rubber wasn't quite up to the numbers the Ferrari posted. But we doubt that'll bother LFA owners. The sound of the V10 at 9,000 RPM is enough to make you forget about a lot of things. Here are the times of the 2 cars of LL4, as well as the time of the Lexus LFA of LL5. And here are the results of all the cars tested at this year's Lightning Lap. Be sure to watch the rest of our videos from Lightning Lap. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.